Clint continued to get buffed, making the minion move faster might turn some more unpredictable and chaotic consequences. Welcome to another Dave Talk. Yo guys, welcome back to Team Fam, Team FF. This is your guy AssDave. Before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn that bell on to all notification bells to join the coolest, greatest, beta stream on Planet ML. With that, the advanced server has received quite a bit of update again this week. Now, some of those updates I don't want to talk about, for example, the new hero that just came out. Before any rework or new hero coming out to the normal server, I don't think discussing them is going to make any sense because the final version usually differ a lot from the advanced server. So let's move to some information that I think might be interesting for us to discuss. Number one, the revamped Clint got a buff yet again. Optimized control feeling and the combo experience. Passive got a buff, slightly reduced the backswing of the enhanced basic attack. Skill 2, new effect. Hitting the target will reduce the cooldown by 50%. And ultimate also got a tiny buff, slightly reduced the backswing. I've tested in advanced server. This feels like a huge buff to Clint. I mean, I don't know why they keep on buffing this hero. What we do know right now is Mia and Layla are performing extremely well in the gold lane in the current project next. Personally, I have no problem giving another option for you to choose from, aka Clint. Right, because personally, I like the mechanic of Clint. Clint used to be a very dominant hero back in Season 6. All of a sudden, they nerfed him and then he was back to nothing. Now, they're buffing him over and over again after iterations and iterations. I'm expecting a lot of Clint skin coming out. Maybe they're trying to sell something that we don't know yet. Maybe that's part of the Moontown's plan to sell this really expensive legendary skin. That's what I think. I mean, other than that, I don't know why they keep on buffing this really OG hero, right? I mean, this hero is fun to play. It's really weak right now. I know it deserves buff. The direction where developers are taking this, I don't necessarily agree, but I do think it's somewhat interesting. And then the only way for us to find out how good this revamped hero is, patiently waiting for the revamped version to come out to normal servers, and then we can truly find out when we play Clint in the gold lane, right? Because right now, if you have a lot of support to help you, Clint's early game damage already got a huge buff last patch, and now they're buffing the overall gaming experience, also buffing the escape from skill 2. Now, if you hit somebody, it's going to reduce the skill cooldown by 50%. It means you can do it again very fast. So, wow. Interesting, and I can't wait for Clint to come out to normal server. The next update we have is Khaleed's nerf. The skill 1 damage increase percentage have dropped from 120% to 110%. Now, you might not think 10% is a lot, but do understand this is a 10% per stack. And he does 3 stacks. So the third spin usually is where Khaleed do the most amount of damage. And now they nerfed it by a huge chunk, not just 10%, but more like 30% on the third spin. So this is gonna reduce Khaleed's skill 1 damage by a lot. I don't know how it's gonna affect him side lane because Khaleed's only strong early game. This hero falls off late game completely, and even if he's strong early game, you can just try to avoid confronting him directly, you know, focus on clearing your wave, and get a hero that can be ranged. For example, you can get Farsa silent even, you can get obviously Alice, who can just keep on throwing a skill 1 to try to clear wave. You don't have to get close to this hero. That's my whole point. And late game, Khaleed falls off tremendously. If you play Khaleed, you will know exactly what I mean. This hero is only good for early game. On top of that, as I mentioned, he's afraid of any quad control. So if you have really consistent quad control, then this hero is not really that strong. The only reasonable explanation for this nerf is because Khaleed is being abused right now in the high elo ranked. Because how strong this hero is, how dominant this hero is on the side lane, and you can easily take this hero out to abuse some noobs, especially in some servers not in SCA where players just don't know how this hero works. And in MPL, I know Khaleed is 100% banner picked right now because how strong this hero's early game really is. And MPL love to abuse early game. So that's the only explanation for it. I personally do not agree. I think developers really need to come out with more guides to educate players how to go against this type of silence instead of just nerfing heroes because statistics. Now the next changes is Cecilion. Basically, the developers took away the movement speed gain every time Cecilion casts a skill 1. Again, I personally think this is a very interesting decision. Cecilion is not that strong right now. His late game is extremely strong, but it takes a while for Cecilion to get over there, and his early game is really weak. In fact, if you see me play Cecilion, the only thing that you can do is use your first skill maximum twice in a row. and you have to wait, right, for the cooldown to run out and probably cast it again, because casting your skill 1 continuously does not give you extra damage. All it does is spend more mana, which I don't understand the design mechanism in that. You know, why would you design a skill like that, right? If you ask me to continue to cast the skill, at least increase the damage of the skill, because it comes with a higher price of more mana. You know, right now there's nothing on that, and they're taking away the movement speed gain, which makes Cecilion even harder to position himself in team fights, or harder to position himself, especially early game before level 4. So overall, guys, I do not think Cecilion need to be nerfed. Right now, there are a lot of other mages who are stronger than Cecilion, for example, Chang'e and Farsa, who are dominant throughout the entire game, early, mid to late. So regarding the Cecilion nerf, I only have one word. What? Okay, let's quickly move on to the next change. Luo Yi got a significant amount of buff. The passive damage, magic power bonus of the reaction damage went from 150% to 180%, and the magic power bonus of the shield went from 120 to 150. Basically, right now if Luo Yi hits that reaction, and he's gonna get a lot of shield from skill 1, and he's gonna do insane amount of damage. If you wanna build full AP on Luo Yi, this is the time. AP means ability power, it's a League of Legends term. AK means magic damage. If you build full magic damage on this hero, your late game, you're gonna one-shot a lot of kids. So the nerfed Luo Yi's range from the last patch, which I'm totally 100% on board with. Before the nerf, Luo Yi was 100% pick or ban. This hero was way too strong, and after the nerf, it was finally balanced a little bit. But then, for some unknown reason, the popularity of this hero just dropped down to 0. I think it's because the rise of assassin hyper carry. People keep on playing lane, and they keep on going lane jungle right away instead of going mid to face Luo Yi. And they also play a lot of other assassins that can maybe easily get to Luo Yi as well. So I think that's the reason why Luo Yi fell out of the favor. But now, this changes on Luo Yi will definitely bring him back. The damage looks insane. Imagine getting that much crowd control on top of it. If you hit somebody, they're gonna just disappear, right? Evaporate from the face of, Land of Dawn. Interesting. The next change is Alice ultimate damage. The base damage increased from 120 to 180 to 140 to 180, and the mana cost got significantly reduced as well, from 60 to 50 in early game. Finally, because Alice ultimate does no damage early game, his late game I think is okay, and recently I've discovered that if you build Ice Queen 1 on Alice, it's extremely good. It gives you mana, gives you lifesteal, and it gives you slow on your ultimate. I definitely recommend all of you guys to go ahead and try it. So 100% bravo to his Alice buff, he definitely needed it. The next changes is Chang'e. Chang'e got an overall nerf. The base shield from skill 2 got decreased. However, to balance that, the developer did increase the magic power bonus from 1.2 to 1.5. I don't know what that means because it's not in percentage. I never know what those number means, because Moonton never clarified them. And for the ultimate, received a balance. The base damage got reduced, but also the increase in magic power bonus as well by a little bit. I assume this is basically saying like 120% to 150%. I think that's what it means. Regarding Chang'e balance, I do not really have any opinions about it. I think it's interesting because a lot of people are picking Chang'e, especially in MPL right now. So this nerf is just, long due. Whether it's reasonable or not, we'll have to see once the nerf come to normal server, but it's long due, okay? The last but not the least on hero revamp is Ruby. Ruby got a significant nerf. The base HP have decreased by 150 points. That's a lot. Base physical defense has decreased by 5 points, and base magic defense has decreased by 5 points as well. They're trying to make Ruby very less tanky compared to before, because Ruby right now is very popular in MPL also. They're nerfing a lot of heroes based on MPL, by the way. Finally, the ranked games are picking up Rubies also. Now, I don't think you should nerf this hero because this hero's side lane is not that strong. She's only strong going against heroes that are not that strong. For example, Zilong, right? But when Ruby faced against Khaleed, when Ruby faced against Jawhead, Thamus, all those strong meta side lanes, she's actually just okay. Now, most important thing about Ruby is her crowd control. And then probably because Ruby is so hard to kill late game, so they're nerfing all the stats. But this stats is more early game stats. So I don't know, man. Ruby is definitely really popular right now, so they're nerfing it to make Ruby less popular, I suppose. Interesting. The most important update that I want to discuss is the battlefield adjustment. The movement speed growth duration of the minions increased from 8 minutes to 9 minutes. Increase every minute 10 to 15, and increase limit have increased from 70 to 120. Now, that's a huge change. Basically, around 9 minutes into the game, there will be 120 movement speed of the minion waves. Means if you are ahead, your minion gonna move really fast to the enemy base. Now this might be a good thing, you know, because the intention is pretty obvious. They want to make the game end faster. They want to go more towards the mobile gaming experience, right? The shorter, faster paced games. That is really good, but this might have unintentional consequences, because if people don't understand how to end the game, making the minion run faster might only give your opponent better chance to come back, since your minion is going to reach your tower faster, and if you don't know how to freeze lane or how to manage wave properly, the enemy team will just get one wave after another, and they will clear those waves and will farm really fast. So overall, guys, I don't know if this is going to be constructive. I understand the developers want to have a faster paced game, which is really good, but this move right here, I'm suspicious. So overall, guys, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this update. If you liked today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, and smash that bell to all notification bells. With that, this is AssDave signing off. Love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.
Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit with you.